Uncle Barry's going to make this module real quick. Now this is how you should connect a trailer, boys and girls. Quick and easy. Some numpties out there connect too many cables and chains and make things way too complicated.
This is not how you should be connecting a trailer. A trailer that is easy to push on level ground can quickly become a monster on a slope, and you could be run over, crushed between the trailer and the vehicle, or have the trailer leave your control and roll away out of control into who knows what. So for heavy trailers and/or trailers on a slope, the closer the tow vehicle needs to be, and the more that wheel chocks and extra assistance will be needed. Whenever possible, the tow ball needs to be brought fully to the trailer, and the secure, unmovable trailer can then be lowered onto the tow vehicle and secured into place. But when it is level ground and a light trailer, the tow vehicle only needs to be brought into the vicinity of the trailer, as the trailer can be easily repositioned onto the tow ball. This reduces the need for excessive vehicle reversing to align to the tow hitch.
Rightio, bring it back. Left hand down. I will go right. Right. Straighten it up. Bit left. A bit right. Bit more right. Straighten it out. Stop. Excuse me, mate. This is a light trailer. We're on level ground, so it'll be easier to pull the trailer to the ball than try and bring the ball back under the trailer.
Whenever possible, a spotter should be used for trailer connections that need to be aligned perfectly. The spotter needs to stand outside of the line of the reversing vehicle in clear sight at least 2 meters to the side of the hitch. In a workplace environment, high visibility clothing is mandatory. The spotter needs to give clear and concise directions and not be distracted. They should resist walking between the reversing vehicle and the trailer to check proximity. Many tow vehicles now have reversing cameras, which can be very helpful for connecting a trailer. Sometimes in bright sunlight, the screen is hard to see, and cameras mounted high on the tailgate provide a different viewpoint and perspective to cameras mounted on the rear bumper. With the trailer still restrained by wheel chocks and its handbrake, the driver then lowers the jockey wheel down, connecting the hitch onto the ball. Here it is possible to push the hitch a centimetre or two to the left or right to align perfectly. It is recommended that the hitch be connected as you would when towing, and then wind the jockey wheel up again to confirm that the hitch is securely connected with the ball. The best way to connect a trailer to your vehicle in a systematic way is to work up the trailer from the jockey wheel to the tow hitch, connecting and setting each item encountered along the drawbar. So after the jockey wheel, the next item on this trailer is to release the handbrake. Then connect the trailer electrical plug, then the safety chain. For this trailer, the mechanical braking system needs to be set for driving forward. As a final step, the driver rechecks everything back along the drawbar. Common question about trailer towing is, do you cross the safety chains or not? Here the left chain is running down the left side, right down the right side, and creating a gap between. So if something goes wrong and on a bump, for example, the hitch disconnects from the ball, it's going to plunge through that gap, landing on the road, damaging your trailer, potentially cartwheeling your trailer. So you are supposed to cross the chains, left to right, right to left, and have them quite tight so they sit up quite high up off the road. And that creates a safety net system here. So if the hitch disconnects, it's going to land on top of the chains, still connected to the vehicle, and keep your trailer up off the ground. Shackles need to be stamped with a working load limit or safe working load to denote they are built to a load rating standard. If they are not stamped, they are not manufactured to any standard. When doing up a shackle, tighten it and then unwind slightly, as this helps you to undo them and not find them over-tightened. Back to the opening image, and the 4 problems you should have seen were that the chains were connected to the restraining clip for the tow bar tongue, This setup could very easily pull out the clip and then the pin would fall out. The shackle is not rated, it is too loose, and the safety chains are not crossed. It's very easy to check the trailer lights with two people.
Alright, right hand indicator. Thank you. Left hand indicator. Thank you. Brake lights. Cool. Park lights. Awesome. Let's go.
But when you are by yourself, you still need to check that all your lights work. These days, every mobile phone can film video. So a simple way to do this is to place your phone safely behind the trailer and start recording. Then go through your checks of indicators, brake lights, park lights, and reverse lights if fitted. And then you can review the video to check all the lights are working. Otherwise, you will need to do these checks one at a time, walking back to check each light and wedging something on your brake pedal to engage your brake lights. If a light is not working, it could be that the bulb is out, or the wiring is damaged, the connector is not plugged in correctly, or corrosion has damaged the wires inside. Reseating the electrical plug, using silicone spray, trying a different plug, or opening the connection heads on the plug are initial steps to try before greater investigation is needed. Who is responsible for the trailer connection and the load restraint? In other words, who will be fined or charged should the worst happen? A driver might argue someone else connected the trailer or tied down the load, but legally ignorance is no defence, and therefore a driver should personally check everything before driving away. Sometimes too many cooks spoil the broth, since when too many people get involved with a trailer connection or securing a trailer's load, things get overlooked or assumptions are made, especially when people are rushing due to time constraints. But the person who was driving at the time the problem happened remains the person legally responsible. In the previous clip, we saw the two colleagues helping each other to quickly connect the trailer, but each have overlooked the safety chain, each probably thinking the other had connected it. Therefore, safety-focused workplaces implement a pre-start check system to ensure employees check the equipment prior to operation and follow a step-by-step checklist to make sure nothing is assumed. These checks also protect the employee by ensuring everything is fit for purpose before usage, and any existing damage or problems are reported prior to operation. We thank SEQ Water for allowing us to access their site to observe their procedures in action. The trailer operator begins by completing time, date, driver's name, vehicle and trailer registration information. Then they check and record the tow bar load rating sticker and the ATM from the trailer compliance plate to ensure the tow bar is suitable for the trailer they plan to tow.
So now we're just checking the safety chain underneath. We make sure we've got a load rated shackle and it's done up correctly. When there's two chains, you make sure the chains are crossed over underneath. Okay, and then after that, we're checking our tow hitch. We're making sure that the tow hitch is down all the way, so you don't want it up there. You need to make sure that it's fully engaged down over the ball, and then we put the safety pin, which is here, back through the locking mechanism. That'll ensure that it doesn't come back up again.
Then the operator needs to check the wheel nuts are tight, and while doing so, the wheel is pulled on laterally to check there is no excess movement from a wheel bearing problem.
Visual check of the tyres to check there's no major cuts. We obviously don't have a flat tyre, and everything looks okay. Good tread. Checking the load against movement. We've got the safety strap going over the top. We need to make sure that it's load rated, which we know this one is. And then we check it's tight. So to do that, just pull the first clip off, release, and then take it up. It should engage there. It's tight. And we make sure we put it all the way back down into the lock position down the bottom. After that, we check the back of the motor, make sure the motor's secured. Same thing again, check the strap,
Make sure it's load tested, which this one is. Check the support bar is correct, and then make sure it's all tightened up, which it is.
If any major problems were found, these would need to be reported and the trailer taken out of service. But if it passes all checks, this is recorded and the reporting document is returned to the trailer. Once you undo the safety chains and disconnect the tow ball hitch, the trailer is under the force of gravity. So be sure to use the trailer's park brake and wheel chocks before disconnecting. Stabiliser legs and trailer levelling ramps are also used to allow weight to shift in the trailer, like people climbing in and out. When it comes time to disconnect a trailer, if wheel chocks are already installed, the best systematic way to unhitch a trailer is to again work up the drawbar towards the tow vehicle. So the jockey wheel is lowered and wound up close to the height needed to disconnect. Ideally then the handbrake is applied, safety chain disconnected, then the electrics are disconnected. Then the safety pin is removed from the hitch, and then the jockey wheel is raised, freeing the trailer from the tow ball. But if the trailer wheels are not chocked, since you plan to push the trailer into a final position, it is recommended to leave the safety chain connected until last, just in case the trailer decides to roll away. If it has been deemed safe to do so, the trailer is then pushed into its final position. Wheel chocks are installed, and then the security of the trailer will need to be considered if being stored without supervision. See the module on trailer security for more information.